Hold up. Why do they doubt the kid? I'm about to prove them all wrong again. I got a low tolerance, cause they don't even know what the problem is. It's me. You waiting on the boy to fail, then hold your breath and face your death. Cause you play a roulette with each step. I progress, no less. Go ahead and place your bet.
Welcome back, y'all. This is a Double M Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Jesus Dinero, here with my co-host,
Puma El Gato.
What do we got going on tonight, my man?
Floyd Money Mayweather is suing Showtime. Let's talk about it.
So, according to Floyd Mayweather, he feels that during his time while under contract with Showtime, they essentially misappropriated funds in his particular assertion to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars. Listen, man, I actually made this comment. I'm going to kick myself in the ass for not having screenshot it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wasn't even thinking about doing a show back then. But I remember back in the day, right after the Manny Pacquiao fight, he was flexing. If you guys remember, if you don't, you guys can actually go on YouTube. It's still up. Right after the fight, Floyd Mayweather went into the changing room, to his locker room, and he said, "You guys want to see what a $100 million check looks like?" And everybody cheered and blah, blah, blah. Great. Obviously, we already know, if you're any sort of a tax-paying American, that about 40% of that money, so about $40 million, was going to go to Uncle Sam. So realistically, he made about $60 million. Now, that being said, 50 Cent has gone on record, said it plenty of times. He said it plenty of times before today, before recently. He's gone, far back as 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, where he said that Floyd likes to gamble. Floyd apparently loves to gamble. He loves to bet a lot of money. And I guess according to 50, whenever Floyd does bet money, if he wins, everybody's on a high. Everybody's doing great. If he doesn't, it lasts for days and days and days where he's just miserable and he spends money to make up for it and blah, blah, blah. Why am I bringing all this up? That's the problem with somebody like Floyd. Sure, Floyd made a lot of money. $60 million is still a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, but by all accounts, that is a lot of money for one particular fight, 30 minutes of fighting, essentially. The problem is that if you spend it just as quick, it doesn't matter how much you make. If I make $100 million a year, but I'm spending $200 million a year, who cares if I'm making $100 million a year? Floyd has been known to guy. We've all seen the amount of cars, the amount of women, the houses. I think he has like 2 or 3 houses now. He's taking care of his entire family. Yaya and them are spending him into the grave. It's just not a phenomenal way to live your life, given he's essentially not boxing anymore. The big paychecks, those aren't coming in like they used to. Sure, Floyd does have a few investments, like he does have a strip club in Vegas, things of that nature. But that's slow money, fam. Don't get me wrong. You get money coming in, absolutely, and it's a steady revenue stream, phenomenal. But it's not $100 million a year. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, it's not even $60 million a year. So Floyd does have a bunch of little investments, but he far exceeds in spending than he does in what he brings in. Now, somewhere you're going to say, how the hell do you know? You know what? I'm not Mayweather's accountant. I'm not his friend. I can't be there. But a lot of people around him have come out over the years and say he spends excessively. He makes a lot of financial decisions that I guess not a lot of people would make. And according to 50 Cent, he actually said this maybe, 6, 7 months ago, that Floyd was going broke. That he was trying to flex those apartments that I guess he supposedly bought in Brooklyn or some shit like that. I can't remember where exactly. And 50 kind of exposed him, saying, you don't own any of that. You're just out there flexing. You're like a 0.0001% partner. So I think this is just a coming together of the circumstances. In fact, today, just this morning, Floyd Mayweather is getting sued by 3 or 4 people for a number of different things. He owes money on some jewelry. He owes rent on some of the facilities that he uses to house people, a bunch of different things. So a number of people are coming after him. So I'll be honest with you, I think money might be going broke. And again, don't even take my word for it. Take 50 word. The man who was kind of chilling by Floyd's side for a very long time. If I'm being honest with you guys, let's be honest. You guys all know that if you far exceed what you're bringing in, you're going to go broke at some point. It happens to so many athletes. It happens to basketball players. It happens to football players. All these guys. If you don't have smart financial money sense, you're going to go broke at some point. And let's be honest, the way that Floyd has continued to live his life, even though he's been retired for over 10 years now, it's not a great look. It's not a phenomenal look, and it's not great for his finances. So I think, unfortunately, for Floyd Mayweather, this is just an example of him going broke because he spends way too much. And when you get used to living that type of lifestyle where you just basically buy anything, he said it himself, if I want to go to France, I go to France. If I want to go to the Philippines, I go to the Philippines. If I want to go to Japan, I go to Japan. Like that. I call up the plane and it's there, like that. If you get used to that, lifestyle, which he did absolutely live that lifestyle. At a certain point, if you can't turn it back off and go back to living a regular lifestyle, you're gonna go broke. Just common sense. What do you think about that, my man?
Look, man, if you're looking at it from the outside looking in, you might be thinking, okay, so maybe there was some alleged misappropriation of funds from Showtime, whatever, and Floyd feels like he's getting all of his money that he was worth at that time. He was getting that recovered money back, that and then some from the fights that he had prior. I'm pretty sure the biggest fight that was being cited in that suit, whatever, was the fight that he had against Conor McGregor. And again, for context, that fight was about 9 years ago. And my thing is, okay, cool. If you want to have some alleged misappropriation of funds and say that, okay, whatever money records we had got lost in a flood or whatever, if that's what the suit alleges, fine. But let's be honest. Let's look at the base facts here. That was Floyd Mayweather's biggest, most recent money fight up to that point. Pretty much after that, he's only been fighting exclusively exhibition matches, which, let's be honest, those are really just more for the spectacle. There's not going to get, like, the money value is going to deteriorate from then on in, because the value of Floyd, oh, I'm retiring, but hey, I'm coming back. Hey, I retired. Hey, but I'm coming back again. Like, that's gonna lose its luster by like every single time that he's gonna come returning back onto the ring. And let's be honest, the more that he returns back, or the more he returns to the ring, not only does it lose its luster, but let's be honest, you kind of see that, okay, homeboy is kind of wearing down. And another thing that everybody doesn't really look at face value is Floyd Mayweather is illiterate. Now, that in and of itself is kind of like okay, we kind of already knew that. But what about all the contract? Like, he has to sign a contract. Who's going to be signing those over to him? If there's going to be if there's going to be allegations of misappropriation of funds, who would probably most likely do that? Showtime themselves, or somebody within his entourage that might be doing so. This suit that alleges that said that possibly Al Heyman, with the help of Showtime and Steven Espinoza, because Steven Espinoza and Showtime was the ones that were suited in this case, and they're the defendants in this suit, but not Al Heyman. But the suit itself alleges that Al Heyman did misappropriate those funds with the help of Showtime and Steven Espinoza. But Al Heyman isn't named in the suit, even though he was close to Floyd Mayweather at the time. Something about this doesn't seem all that right. At the very least, if there's not conspiracy, I'm thinking at the very least he owes Al Heyman at least some money, and Al Heyman might be trying to plot this all out. Again, I can't exactly be sure, but if the suit is alleging that Al Heyman might be misappropriating those funds, why wouldn't he be named in the suit? All in all, man, this whole entire suit, it's the timing of it doesn't seem right, and honestly, the facts that are surrounding it seem pretty much fishy, at least from where I'm standing.
Yeah, man, listen, I don't care about the whole Floyd being illiterate thing. I'm sure he pays people to read that shit for him. So, to me, that's a non-sequitur. That doesn't mean anything. As far as the whole him not suing Al Heyman, listen, he's had a relationship with Al Heyman for a super long time. I believe that Floyd will more than likely have some sort of professional understanding with Al Heyman. But regardless, listen, man, if you're saying Showtime and Steven Espinoza in particular are the ones that misappropriated funds, I mean, I don't know, man, you went into those deals, and for years and years now, nothing has been said. You've never pursued anything. You've never said anything for quite some time. You said you had a phenomenal relationship with Showtime and them. Now, why now? Why now? Again, listen, 50 said it himself. You're going broke. You're going broke. So I think this is more than likely what's going to happen. They may come to some sort of agreement. He'll probably get some sort of half-decent payout, and after that, they'll probably call it good. So Floyd will be okay for another 4, 5, 6, 7 years, but then after that, man, he's gonna have to have some real questions. And I definitely foresee him selling some property, because again, he himself is also being sued by other people for not paying bills and jewelry and all this type of stuff. So yeah, man, Floyd's gonna have to. He's going to have to get realistic about his future, man, because here's the thing. Floyd's not even that old, if we're being honest, man. He's not even like an old guy. He's still young, especially, given, he's a boxer. Obviously, boxers age a lot quicker just because of the damage they take. But he didn't take a whole lot of damage. So for a boxer, he's doing pretty good, health wise. So yeah, man, I think unfortunately for Floyd, man, it's just his lifestyle catching up to him. A life of extreme excess, a life of being able to fly wherever you want, having women constantly at your beck and call, taking care of family. I mean, I don't know how true this is, but it was just that Yaya was essentially paying her baby daddy to hang out to the tune of $1 million, which is insane to me. But again, that's just part of the rumor mill. You don't really know. But yeah, man, Floyd takes care of a lot of his family members. They don't really have any sort of viable career of their own. They're basically rich by proxy because of Floyd. So yeah, man, at a certain point, all that's going to catch up to you. At a certain point, the insane life of excess. And here's the thing. I don't doubt that Floyd makes a decent amount of money per year because he does have investments. But his spending probably far exceeds it. That's the problem is, again, being able to turn it back to you're not a fighter anymore. You're not a fighter anymore. Again, even the exhibitions, I don't think would have made him all that much money. Sure, maybe a few mil here and there, but not more than he's more than likely spending a year. So he's going to have to dial it back in the way that he lives, maybe cut off some of the people that he's funding and stuff like that, and be very realistic. I mean, if you guys don't remember, too, Tank had a whole issue with his contracts with Floyd before Tank got into all the BS he's into right now. So yeah, man, it's not a good look for Money Mayweather. Again, you're supposed to be the money man, but now people are coming after you for unpaid rent, unpaid fees on jewelry, unpaid this, unpaid that. 50 Cent himself, and listen, man, don't poke the bear, bro. 50 Cent is the king of trolls. He will absolutely expose your ass, as did he about that. So we'll see what happens, man. Interesting story. I think, again, this is just another case of, unfortunately, an athlete going broke because they just don't have any financial literacy. But listen, maybe we're tripping. Maybe we're all incorrect. Maybe we're all in. But again, why not pay your jewelry bills if you got money? Why not pay your rent if you got money? These are just things that come up. I mean, I think one of his facilities, one of his gyms in Los Angeles or San Francisco or something, they weren't paying their employees. I mean, look, this man, just so many things add up that to me don't look good. To me, it says the money man is in trouble, but we'll see what happens here in the future. And with that, make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit, and
Until next time, get rest and stay blessed. We'll see you in the next one.